The St. Paul Art Crawl showcases the diversity of art the capital city has to offer. The event kicks off tomorrow night. It's featuring work from more than 300 artists in more than 40 buildings all across the city. Shayne Wells joins us now. She has a preview from Lower Town. Good morning, Shayne.
Hey, good morning. So we're actually at the Schmidt Artist Lofts. This is part of the old brewery, and the building itself, by the way, throughout the morning is just a stunning work of art alone. Then you add in all the art. We're in the paint studio. We have Heather Friedli with us this morning.
Good morning.
And all of your works here, not all of them, but this is all your work that we're seeing behind us right now.
Yes,
and this is your moment. Brag yourself up. Tell us about this one in particular.
So this piece in particular is one of my favorite pieces right now. It actually won a District Spotlight Award for the St. Paul Art Crawl, and that was voted on by some juries and saying, hey, this is one of the featured artists for the district. So this particular piece is especially important during Art Crawl and will be on exhibit in my loft in the Brew House 105.
And then your husband, he made the frame.
Yeah, he did.
Good teamwork between you two.
Hey, we're always working as a team.
Okay, now we have to talk about your story because that's what inspires your art. And it's so interesting because you hiked the Appalachian Trail.
Yes,
I didn't realize how extensive that was. What exactly does that mean?
So I thru hiked the Appalachian Trail back in 2010. My trail name is Crafty. Everybody gets their name. Now, through hiking the trail is 2,178 miles when I hiked it.
2,178 miles.
Yes,
so how long did that take you?
6.5 months.
So you were on the trail for 6.5 months.
That's right.
Clearly being inspired by nature.
Absolutely. Observing the world around me, and while I was on trail, I was really feeling motivated to go back and paint, which had been something that I had kind of gone away from in art school because I ended up being a textile major, but I love painting, and that's all I could dream about on the trail.
And now it's recreated. I was asking earlier, and it's just interesting to me, do you take pictures of a beautiful, cloudscape that you see, or is it something from your memory, the moments you've caught?
It's a little bit of both.
Okay.
So there's a few things that I do. Sometimes I'll paint plein air out in the field, so I'll just be out there with my easel, out in the sunshine. It's a beautiful thing. Oftentimes I will.
That does sound lovely.
It's great. Oftentimes I'll take photos as I'm traveling, so I go on a lot of art ventures, I call them, and I do backpacking and canoeing and wilderness travel with my family and by myself. And I take these reference photos, bring them back to my studio, and I paint what inspires me.
And that's what, you have a cloudscape series.
That's
tell us
right.
about that. That's one of them.
Yeah, so my Minnesota Cloudscape series I've been working on for this whole year, and it's all scenes from Minnesota, various locations, all the way from up north in the Boundary Waters, all the way down to the prairies and the big woods down near Cannon Falls. And I am taking those photos that I've taken and I'm painting them. Now this one here is a collaboration between a friend of mine, John White, and he does photography as well, but these are all places that I've been to.
These are, real places, real things that
That's
you've
right.
seen. I love that you called it art adventuring. Is that what you...
Art ventures.
Art ventures.
And my cloudscapes are going to be on exhibition. My opening night is May 4th at 6:30 here in the Landmark Gallery at the Schmidt.
And this building, you have a loft here, so beautiful. And it's interesting because for Art Crawl, you open up your loft, and it's a weird thing to think of how many people came through your house last year, essentially.
Last fall during Art Crawl, I had 3,000 people, at least, anywhere between 3,000 and 5,000 walk through my house.
Now, I get nervous when I have like one guest come over.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I can imagine preparing for 3,000 people, but that's part of what you take on when you move into the Artist Lofts,
It's
correct?
part of the allure. I love it. I love sharing my love of art. People in my home is personal, and I enjoy that part.
Well, we love it too. This event is one of the favorites in St. Paul. It starts up tomorrow night at 6 p.m. It runs through Sunday at 5 p.m. You can go to stpaulartcrawl.org, so Saint spelled out. That's where you can find a map and, figure out your route where you want to go. And just to mention, I told you the building was beautiful, but across the street is the Keg and Case Market that just opened up, so you could really plan like a whole day and evening event around doing the art crawl, and that would be a really fun way to check it all out.
It
Back to
would.
you guys.
Absolutely it would. All right. Thank you, Shayne Wells, joining us this morning. Some great artwork there you can check out in St. Paul.